To assess a student virtually, start by logging in to the Common Product login page. Next, access the roster of students you will be assessing. Select the student you would like to assess. Click the Start Assessment button. This will take you to the Launch an Assessment homepage. If you've already completed the level estimator with the student, or if you have records from previous DRAs, you can use those to determine the benchmark book that you're going to use. The benchmark level book we will be using with this student is level 38. So click on level 38, and this will take you to the level 38 benchmark assessment, all of the books in this level. And it includes the regular books plus bridge books. The book the student has chosen is The Bad Hair Day. So we're going to click on that. This will take you to the assessment materials for that leveled book. Next, log in to the Pearson Mimeo digital website where the benchmark books are located. Scroll down and find the level 38 book that you will be using for the assessment, or you can also type it into the search key. Share the leveled book with the student and ensure that the student can see the book clearly on their device. Provide the student with the introduction that you will find on the teacher's assessment page. Say, in this story, The Bad Hair Day, Matt needs a haircut. Please read aloud page 2. Say, begin reading now. Then the teacher will start the timer, start assessment here, and stop the timer when the student reaches the star, which you will find here after the word haircut. As the student reads, follow along and click on any words that are miscues.
Matt lived with his mother and sister in a small town in Maine. Aunt Perry and Uncle Ray were coming that afternoon for their visit in years. Matt could tell his mother was nervous about seeing her sister again.
Once the read is completed and you've stopped the assessment, a summary of the read will appear on the screen. This shows the student was reading at 196 words per minute, and there were 2 miscues. Review record of oral reading for accuracy and complete miscue classification, or continue to the next section. So this student has completed this read independently, and we are now ready to proceed to the next section of the assessment. I'm going to click on continue to the next section. And this will take us to the rubric where we can indicate the quality of the read. On the rubric, the rate, time, words per minute has already been established, and also the accuracy, the number of miscues not self-corrected, are also established, and the student has been logged as advanced. So we are now going to select the expression and the phrasing. So this student reflects mood, pace, and tension at times. We will select that. And phrasing, longer phrases most of the time, needs most punctuation, so we will click on that. Once that's complete, we can take a look at the miscue and analysis, which is optional. Click on any of those boxes that reflect the read and how often did miscues affect meaning. So we can click on never, sometimes, often. We can include any observations that we may have noticed during the read, and now we're ready to save and continue. That will take us back to the benchmark assessment page, where the student is now recorded as reading independently. And we're now ready to proceed to the comprehension section of this assessment. Based on what you've read so far, are there 3 things you think might happen in the story?
He needs to get a haircut. Anything else?
Okay.
He's gonna be having when he sees his cousin, and Pray is gonna be he's gonna be
Okay. Wild guess. Because remember, you're just predicting, right? So it doesn't mean it's going to happen. It's just a wild guess.
and he's worried that Aunt Korea is gonna tell him again that he needs to get a haircut.
When all of the comprehension questions and protocols have been completed with the student, the teacher can click on Continue. The comprehension rubric allows the teacher to select the statement that best reflects the student's performance. If part of the assessment is a written response, we will click on Additional Materials, click on the student booklet associated with this particular benchmark book, and we will provide the student with a PDF of the student booklet, and the student will write in the responses related to that particular benchmark book, which generally includes a summary and has prompts in the beginning, next, then, after that, and in the end. It will also include a literal comprehension, list 3 things that happened on Matt's bad hair day, an interpretation, and reflection. Once the student has completed the written response and they've submitted that response to the teacher can upload that file to this area here of the assessment. We have now completed oral reading fluency and comprehension with this student, and we've established that the overall performance is independent. Next step is focus for instruction. So we click on focus for instruction, and in this section, we're going to want to select at least 3 teaching learning activities from the list below, and additional activities can be selected at any time. So we want to look at oral reading fluency. We're going to look at comprehension, which includes prediction, retelling, interpretation, and reflection. Reading engagement is optional, and we may add other strategies we'd like to look at. And once we're done, we're going to save. On the teacher's homepage, we can clearly see which students have yet to start the assessments, which students are in progress, and which students have completed all the assessments. We can click on the student's name, and that will take us to the student's assessment history, which will show us the benchmark books the students have completed and the level they're at, whether they've completed any of the additional assessments, such as the progress monitoring, the word analysis, or the level estimator. This student completed the level estimator, and it shows us the words read correctly and the recommended benchmark book for the student. We can also print out a PDF in English or Spanish, and this can be presented to the administration or the parents to indicate the achievement of that student on the DRA 3.